Hello and welcome to Estuary TV News with me, James Dunn. In the show today, I talk to a Grimsby lad making it big on the national comedy circuit and some local sport. But first, here's Richard Morris with the news headlines.
Hello, in the headlines today, the cost of cemetery plots in North East Lincolnshire is set to rise and hedge laying is being encouraged in the area. Essential roadworks are taking place in Hull from Monday. The road repairs will take place on the Beverley Road, Clough Road and Cottingham Road junction. The road closures will happen between 6:30 p.m. and midnight every night until Friday. On Sunday all day, the junction will be under temporary traffic signals. Drivers are being advised to seek alternative routes for this week or to follow the diversion signs at the area. Anlaby Library in the East Riding closes at the end of tomorrow until the 17th of November. The closure is part of the new staff retraining for new facilities at East Riding Leisure Halton Price. Library customers will be able to use the Hessel Centre Library on Southgate or Willoughby Library on Main Street. The cost of cemetery plots in North East Lincolnshire will rise dramatically after a decision in Cabinet on Wednesday. The council voted to match the cost charged in North Lincolnshire, which will see prices for cremation plots more than double from £239 to £540. Burial plots also go up from £579 to £930, but services for stillborn children have been made free. They previously cost more than £600. The council says they cannot afford to maintain services at current prices, which are the cheapest in the area, according to a report compiled before the decision was made.
Well, the thing is, if you look through the report, it shows that we're actually the cheapest authority in the whole of the region. What we're saying is that we can't afford to carry on doing it and maintain what we maintain. It's not a case of whether we like to do it again, it's a case of what's being forced upon us to do. And the thing is, we are still, even with the increase, considerably cheaper than all our surrounding authorities.
New electric car charging points have been added in Bridlington. East Riding of Yorkshire Council installed the points in Palace Car Park on Key Road, with financial contributions from Bridlington Town Council. The installation means that people travelling from further afield to the town can now do so in an electric vehicle, as they can charge their car as they spend the day out. It's hoped that these plugs will encourage more drivers to make the switch from standard petrol and diesel engines to more environmentally friendly electric cars. The Deep have announced that 3 male zebra sharks have hatched at the submarium. The eggs arrived at the Deep on the 13th of June this year and were laid by a shark called Cleo at Shed Aquarium in Chicago in the United States. The first hatched mid-August and the last 2 in September. They were 30 centimetres in length upon hatching. The baby sharks will now be raised by the Deep until the European studbook keeper advises on a final destination for them. The team working behind a virtual ward system have received an award. Northern Lincolnshire and Goole NHS Foundation Trust's WebV team have been presented with the Medipex Innovation Award at the Yorkshire and Humber NHS Innovation Awards. The awards recognise teams whose ideas and inventions have improved patient experience. The virtual ward system alerts staff when observations are overdue, gives access to test results and view and manage beds. People around Lincolnshire are being encouraged to partake in hedge laying. It's being touted as a way to improve the look of the classic Lincolnshire hedgerow, alongside being a useful tool to maintain habitats for a variety of bird and small animal species. Alan Jones of the Humber Nature Partnership outlined the importance of hedge laying.
Well, the hedge is exactly 14, 15 years old. It was planted when the Millennium Green was set up. It's an ideal age for laying, and the old purpose of laying hedges was to make them stock-proof and keep them stock-proof, and obviously we've not got the stock these days. But what it also does is firstly improve the hedge for nesting birds. It improves the habitat that the hedgerow provides massively, and secondly it promotes growth, renewed growth from the bottom of the hedge, so it makes the hedge last longer.
That's all from me for now, and we'll be back with more news soon. Don't forget, if you've got any news for us, then please don't hesitate to contact us on Grimsby 3155553. Bye for now.
Thank you, Richard. Now, next on the show, it's always good to hear of local lads making it big, and last week I spoke to a comedian who I think we're going to see a lot more of soon. Lloyd Griffith has performed with some of the country's biggest comedians and got rave reviews at Edinburgh Fringe. But if you need further proof he's got a sense of humour, he's a massive Grimsby Town fan. I'll leave the jokes to him in future. Lloyd, thanks very much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
So you actually went to St James's School, didn't you?
Yep, just down the road.
Actually got a lovely picture of you in that delightful uniform.
I looked very Harry Potter-esque.
Good memories?
Yeah, great memories. Was left in 2002, so like for a good, good 12, 15 years, I had a great time down the road.
And people, not everyone might know this, but you're actually a choir boy there.
Yeah, I was. So there's they've got the church, so St James Church and St James Choir, St James School are linked, and I was a choir boy there for from the age of 8 to 18, and then my voice broke in between. So yeah, I was a choir boy, and it was a great time. Yeah, like it's not the coolest thing to do, admittedly. Like people want to be a footballer. Like I did want to be a footballer, but
did they have the same status as rock stars at St James's?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We were heralded as they're the cool guys.
Yeah.
We had groupies, we had roadies.
Sounds amazing.
We went on tour. We actually did go on tour, but there were no groupies or roadies.
Where did you tour? Because I know you did one quite big gig that people might know about.
Yeah, well we toured all over. We went over to places like Belgium, France, Iceland, Germany, and it was like 2 tours a year.
Didn't you want to do the National Lottery?
Did, yeah. I can't remember how old I was, probably about 11 or 12. We went on the National Lottery Saturday night, prime time. Anthea Turner hosted, and we sang with a little help from my friends, and Dudley Moore played the piano, so it was all very surreal.
And you still sing now? I mean, you're a comedian now.
Yeah.
But you still do sing.
Yeah.
Do you do us a little bit?
Yeah, can do. So like, I sing. I'm obviously my voice has broken, so I'm a baritone, but I sing like a woman still, which is it's a bit weird. So yeah, so like so yeah, it's really weird. It is very very weird what I do.
But you still do a lot of music work?
Yeah, so like I sing at places like Westminster Abbey, Windsor Castle, various other little churches and consorts around London, and it's quite nice to have the two jobs. So the very angelic kind of like 15th century Latin polyphony concerts and services, and then on a Saturday night telling a load of stag and hens to shut up or be kicked out in Cardiff jonglers. So
it's quite a contrast.
It's a bit of a juxtaposition, yeah.
But I mean, obviously you moved to London to work as a professional singer.
Yeah.
And then from then on, you got the comedy bug. How did that happen?
Well, there wasn't much live comedy in Grimsby or Cleethorpes growing up, so the only stuff I'd seen was on TV. Moved to London, and I think within like the second or third week of being in London, I went to see a comedy, just a live comedy show. Only about 150, 200 people in this room, but there was, I remember Lee Hurst, Milton Jones, and Mickey Flanagan were all on, and the atmosphere was just incredible. Like it was electric, and just what they were doing, making all these people laugh. I just was like, wow. I'd love to be able to do this, and I spoke to Lee Hurst after the show, and he said, "Oh yeah, no, it can be a job if you are funny and give it a good few years." So from then on in, I kind of like signed myself up to a few open mics, and the comedy bug started from there.
How did it go initially? Because it must be nerve-wracking.
The first show, now I was so nervous during the day I didn't eat, and then I got to the pub where it was at, and I was so nervous that I thought, well, I'll have a pint to settle my nerves, but because I hadn't eaten, I was drunk after one pint. So I don't really remember the gig. So my first gig, I can't tell you how it went, but it was actually a competition. I managed to win that heat, so I think
I'd say fairly well.
It went all right, but I kind of didn't black out, but I just don't remember it. My friend said it kind of like they laughed in the right places. So, but then the second gig I did was brilliant, and then the third gig I did was awful. Like they didn't laugh for 5 minutes.
That must be an awful feeling.
It's an awful feeling, but even now, do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter who you are, you can still go out there and people will hate you. So you have to have quite thick skin to do it.
So I mean, obviously since then you started, but you've built quite a career now. I mean, you write, you've appeared, Mock the Week.
Yeah. So I write for a few people and stuff, and I've done a few little small TV appearances and what have you. But it's still it's like any other kind of career. Do you know what I mean? There's 3 years, 4 years of training, and then working from the bottom and climb up. So it's a great environment to do it. You know what I mean? It's very addictive. If you have a good gig, you want another gig. If you have a bad gig, you need to go and do another gig to kind of like wipe the slate clean. So yeah, it's nice to be able to do it. Still, sometimes I kind of think I'm going to get caught out here. This isn't a real job. But for the time being, then I'm just gonna wing it, see what happens.
And you still get back to Grimsby quite a lot, don't you? For one particular reason, especially.
Yeah, fish and chips. The Grimsby Town Football Club. Massive Grimsby Town fan. If I'm ever like gigging up north of a weekend, then I'll try and swing by my mum's and catch a home game in between.
And we're running out of time, but you're doing a few things for them at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, so there's a few videos that I'm doing with the club at the moment, which on their YouTube channel, which you can check out there. And then hopefully a few more bits coming up, a few interviews with the players and what have you.
Slightly different to your average though, aren't they?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Bit of variety.
Great. Well, we're actually running out of time, but I'm sure we'll see you soon. What have you got coming up?
Gigs all over the country at the moment. You can check out the website. Can I give it a little plug?
Yeah.
It's lloydgriffith.com or check it out on Twitter.
Look out for that gig in the new year, because I went to see the last one and it was the best show I've ever seen in Grimsby. Now, speaking of laughs, Dan Kemp's away this week, so we've got Richard Morris back in the studio to read the sport.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Richard?
I sprinted through from the other studio into here.
Yeah, you're a big sports fan, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got all of my research done from just reading through Dan's emails. The FA Cup first round draw was made earlier this week. Grimsby Town face Oxford United at Blundell Park. Meanwhile, Scunthorpe United will be hoping to avoid a cup shock when they travel to Gloucestershire to face Conference Premier side Forest Green Rovers. In basketball, Hull Wasps' Matt Fawcett has stepped down as head coach for personal reasons after the side suffered defeats in their opening fixtures, leaving them at the bottom of Division 3 North. Fawcett will, however, continue playing for the Wasps and as director of basketball. Rapid Solicitors Hull Stingrays beat Fife Flyers 3-1 at Hull Arena. Forward Eric Galbraith hailed a huge win after scoring twice with 24 seconds remaining. Player coach Omar Pasha also returned to the ice after an 11-game absence. Let's take a look at the guys in action.
Reagan sweeps up. A nice easy pass there to Fleming. Fleming can't quite reach Chamont, but he gets it back now. But good defence there from Jameson. And Galbraith sweeps up at the back and looking for an easy out, and he finds it. Possibly even Pasha there. And there's no ice in there. Lozone, quick smack shot. Good save from Reagan. Goal! There's the first goal for the Stingrays. 2 minutes 24 seconds. A shot in there. Fife looking for the icing. Waved off. Lozone snapshot. Saved to Reagan. And I believe it was Dominic Osman scooping up the rebound. The Hull Stingrays won. The Fife Flyers 0. And that was a handy. And here we go. Eric Galbraith going to skate in and makes it 3-1. 24 seconds remaining, and empty net power play goal from Eric Galbraith makes it Hull Stingrays 3, the Fife Flyers 1, and that's game, set and match for the Hull Stingrays.
And that's all from me for the sport. I think I did better than you thought I would, James.
Well, I knew you weren't a particular sports fan, but you seem to really hate basketball.
Yeah, not very good at that.
I'm afraid that's all we got time for anyway, but don't forget, if you've got any stories to share with us, you can get in touch by calling on Grimsby 31553 on social media or email us on news@estuary.tv. Bye for now.